Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy with another thread video. I mentioned in my previous video the other day that I was going to be catching up on some threads. So what is this thread all about? Well, stay tuned. You'll find out on the flip side. Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy, and as I mentioned in my intro, going to be doing my second of multiple thread response videos. This isn't a thread of my own, but multiple thread response videos that I'm going to be doing. And yeah, I've got a whole pile of original videos that I'm going to be putting out and all that kind of stuff, but I wanted to get caught up on these thread responses that I had missed out on in the last few weeks. So this one here is for my buddy Lloyd Boone down in Australia, down under. And I think this is the third channel he's had. He got hacked into and things like that. So he's actually had to restart his channel. I think this is the third time. So he goes by Mr. Hats. He is known as the King of Hats down there in Australia. He's got cool hats that he wears in all his videos. And so yeah, he's pushing for 100 subs. His initial thread was done many weeks ago. Last I checked, he was at 92 subscribers. And so he wants to get pushed to 100. So I'm going to leave his link down below to his channel, the original thread and all that good stuff. And it's a simple thread. Just show Australian or Australasian, Polynesian bands, musicians that you have in your collection. Could even be something like AC/DC or Olivia Newton-John, the Bee Gees from the Isle of Man, but they had connections to Australia. So he just wants you to show whatever you got and tell him why you like these bands or musicians from Australia. So that's it. Simple as that. So once again, give him a sub. He's trying to get caught up back to his, I think he had like a few hundred the last time I had seen in his initial channel that I was subscribed to before. And so let's get him caught back up with his subs. All right, so I'm going to start off with probably the obvious one here, but I love this album, Crowded Houses, the Finn Brothers Crowded House self-titled debut. Now why, not debut, but self-titled album. Why do I like this one so much? Well, first of all, in North America, at least in Canada, from what I remember, there was definitely 3 singles on this one. World Where You Live, which is fantastic. Don't Dream It's Over, classic. And Something So Strong was fantastic. And I remember the first time I heard Don't Dream It's Over, I was in a restaurant, I believe it was, with my dad or my parents. Came on the radio while I was in the restaurant. And tragically, that restaurant no longer exists back in my hometown that I was living in. And I've tried to figure out whatever happened to the restaurant. I know that it caught fire and it burned down, but I always wondered what happened to it. It was amazing food. One of those just sit down cafe, not cafe style, but just sit down. Yeah, not dingy, but very 1980s-esque restaurant, and they made really good burgers, fries, and not to quote Charlie Pride, but cherry pies. All right, up next, this one here, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Let Love In. I bought this because I really like Red Right Hand. It's been featured in many, many different shows, especially the X-Files. That's how I remember Red Right Hand, was from the X-Files. And I don't know, it's really haunting. I think this album is, to an extent, I've shown this before on my channel, but to an extent, terrifying. I think Nick Cave's voice in some of these songs is absolutely haunting, terrifying. Scary-O-Rama could even be featured in a new Saw movie if they ever come out with another one. Who knows? But the ever so terrifying and quirky Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. All right. Now, I know, Lloyd, you showed this band in your initial video, but you didn't show this particular album, I don't think. And that is the Supercatcher album, the Little River Band. Why do I like this? Well, they're pretty much yacht rockish, I would say. I don't mind my yacht rock. This is the one that has Reminiscing on it, which is probably the song that I most remember by the Little River Band, which I think is why I associate this almost as yacht rock. Now, I'm not saying that it is completely yacht rock, but there's definitely yacht rock sound to it. So, the Little River Band, fantastic. If you're looking for some mellow music, 1970s, 1980s, give that one a go. All right, and how about another Grand Poobah here? Now, I'm going to show 3 by this same band because I really like this 80s band. So the first one I'm going to show is the Men at Work Cargo album. This one has, I think it's Overkill is on this. Yes, Overkill and Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive. This is a fantastic album. Very, definitely mid 1980s sound. That pop music. Don't want to call it new wave because it's not new wavy, but we'll go with some pop music. That's how I'll classify it. Little beat up in the bottom corner, ripped up, but hey, got it for $1. Cargo, Men at Work. Now, I also have Men at Work's Business as Usual album. And this is the one that has all their major hits, especially The Land Down Under. But I have a white copy of it. So the white cover, Business as Usual. Now, not to say that it's not to say that it's uncommon, but it's not as common, I don't think, at least not in Canada, as the yellow Business as Usual. And I actually have 2 copies of this yellow one. So I have 3 copies of the Business as Usual. But who can it be now? Down Under. Be Good, Johnny. Great songs. Love them. Men at Work. All right. Now we're going to go with Teen Idol. Born in the UK, but then his family emigrated to Australia when he was 10. And he became a teen idol in Australia. I only have a 45, but his major single here in North America was You're the Voice. That is John Farnham. Fantastic music. Always loved that track. I don't know, there's just something about the beginning, the intro to that song. Just love it. And on the B-side is Going, Going, Gone. That, of course, is on the RCA label. So really good stuff there. Funny enough. RCA label, but I've got a plastic Capitol Records label to keep it in. That's what it came in at Value Village. And last but not least, I don't think that you said that we couldn't show Polynesian type music, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say that the Australasian thread also includes, say, Polynesian nations and stuff. So why don't we look at a little Hawaiian? And we'll talk about this album, Blue Hawaiian Waters, by Harry Kapuni and his Royal Polynesians. And why do I like this? Well, it's 1960. Hawaii just became a U.S. state, I suppose, in 1959. But it's just that Hawaiian luau, relax, listening to the waves, drinking a cocktail on the beach type music, with a lovely lady on the cover. So, yeah, there we go. I've got 5 or 6 records here from Australia, or the Australasian region. That is for you, Lloyd. I hope that you enjoyed. And I hope that those of you that are watching, give Lloyd a sub. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link to his channel down below. And let's get him over the 100 subscriber mark. And if you're interested in doing a video of your own, show at least 5 Australian or Australasian bands or musicians, singers, whatever it might be. And in his original video, he said you could show 5, 10, 15, 40, 50, whatever you want. But just give Australia a little bit of love in the VC. And until next time, take care, everyone. And I will see you on the next video. Cheers.